Okay guys, here I actually want to discuss, is it important to have a digger for someone's success? I am talking about this for two angels. As a CEO and employer, what is done to hire people? Do we work at their digger? And in terms of practical skill needed to succeed in the professional world, in today's reality, Elon Musk has actually mentioned in his interview that he compared formal education and self-education, and he prefer people with the non-formal education. But as simple as that, black and white, you don't need to go to college and just learn non-formal to succeed in the professional field. Before we discuss the detail, I want to show you some statistics. Nowadays, from 2021, 22, or maybe in the future, more and more global companies do not require people to have a digger, and they get salary of $50,000 and $80,000 a year. Here are some statistics that I want to share with you. For the example, a large company like IBM in 2017, 15% of their employees didn't have a digger at all. And the worst company, Apple, half of them did not have a digger or close 4-year digger. That's insane. Half of them. That was almost 5 years ago. No, maybe the statistics are more bigger. To complete it, I will show you some statistics of a large company with the total number of employees without a digger. But why is that? What has changed in digital era compared to the past? Where I'm sure many people think, especially our parents. Our parents say, you will have to go to college. Why? Because the digger determines how big your salary will be. Is that wrong? Actually, it's not, because they live in a different era than us. In short, is it necessary to have a good digger or not? In my opinion, not necessary. But it's not simple. Well, I do not need to go to college. Especially, Elon Musk mentioned two types of education, formal and non-formal education. In actually, non-formal education should be reversed to self-education. Nowadays, we live in the information age where everything can be searched on Google. Skills such as coding, which used to require a formal education, can now be obtained for free and are widely available. This is one of the main reasons why bachelors are no longer as relevant, because the education is now much more accessible and easier to learn to compare the past. So is it wrong for our parents to require us to go to college? No, it's not wrong, because our parents is alive in the time where education was not easily accessible. Nowadays, if a company requires us to have a coding skill, we can simply to go to YouTube and copy-paste, especially since we live in the gig economic era, where everything can be done online and job searching can be done online as well. People do not look at bachelor anymore and say, hey, let me see your paper for me to hire you for design. No, however, it's not fair to immediately criticize or belittle the college or diploma. In my opinion, people who go to college it's optional, especially if their goal is to succeed in their career or profession. But what is the goal for college? In my opinion, college still plays an important role in our society, as it teaches us how to organize, how to interact with others, and serve as stepping stone before entering the professional world. We are involved in the classes as segment with a profession and organization. In the end, there are the skill and soft skill that we learn from the college. This is purely my opinion, and I am speaking as an employer. Perhaps we can discuss in the next segment why self-education is more important than the formal education for success. Usually, large companies do not look at diploma first when receive 100 CV. They look at the work experience, value, and the impact someone that brought from their previous company. If for example he says something like this, in my previous company, I successfully completed this project and increased revenue by this much. I successfully launched a product that has break the market and had a good download view. So being performance driven instead of education driven is definitely the way we can achieve success. People with self-education have their own drive to try and achieve something. But with formal education, is it easier for people? Why? Because they are given a curriculum. Here the paper, you can learn from A to Z, but with the self-education, we have to take initiative of ourselves. Okay, what do I want to learn? What I can learn to be successfully in my career, and that is what companies see from our character. But in my opinion, okay, we have made a bold statement that going to university is not mandatory. But if we do not have a self-motivation or consistency for self-education, is it better to go to college? Because not all individuals have a commitment or self-education themselves to reach a certain skill level. In my advice to friends who are still under 20 or 24 is that you are living in a crazy time. The equalization of information, access to education, access to skill is much easier than in previous time. So do not immediately say, Mom, I do not take a diploma and so on, because we have to give a strong argument or maybe show this video. Maybe also show the statistic of large company that no longer require a diploma. But these are global company. I believe that with this pandemic, some startup getting funding and finally some stage company going IPO, when we're ready, we can show in our CV that it's no longer, that it's not our digger that matter anymore. Not our diploma, but it is the skill or performance that we bring to the company. I think that is one of the most important key for those who you are just starting. I do not know if you agree or not, or maybe there are obstacles from our parents or anything else. Feel free to comment below and share it with your friends who are still thinking, so I go to the university or not? Again, what is the purpose? Do we have a capacity or not? And the important thing is to understand the concept of the self-learning and the formal learning. I guess I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.